The purpose of this video is to give a basic overview of copyright. Copyright is complicated, and different countries have different laws and standards that apply. Intellectual property is the term we use to refer to a set of legal rights that empower creators to restrict others from using their creative works. Copyright is one type of intellectual property. Patents and trademarks are two other types of intellectual property. Copyright grants a set of exclusive rights to creators. They include the right to use, copy, distribute, translate, publicly perform, and adapt and arrange a work. This means creators can control the use of their works by others. So why do we have copyright? What is its purpose? It's to ensure attribution to the author and preserve the integrity of a creative work. Copyright also provides an incentive to create new works. How do you receive copyright protection? Copyright is automatically attached to a work when it is in a fixed and tangible form, which means you do not need to formally register your work to become a copyright holder. Examples of what is considered copyrightable include literary and artistic works, translations, adaptations, arrangements of music and alterations of literary and artistic works. Collections of literary and artistic works also apply. So when you write, save, or record, you are creating copyrightable works. Now let's look at what is not copyrightable. Works not fixed in a tangible form, ideas or facts presented by themselves, a mere listing of ingredients or contents. Copyright laws give creators control over the expression of the idea, but it doesn't allow a copyright holder to own or exclusively control the idea itself. Let's talk about other methods of protecting intellectual property. Trademarks. Trademark law protects the public from being confused about the source of a good or service. Trademarks are recognizable signs, designs, or expressions which identifies a particular good or service from others. Patent laws protect inventors on their own inventions. It gives the owner the right to exclude others from making, using, selling, and importing an invention for a limited period of time. The patent rights are granted in exchange for an enabling of a public disclosure of the invention. Are there any creative works not subject to copyright? The answer is yes. Public domain consists of creative works that are not subject to copyright. You are free to do almost anything depending on where the work is used. How do the works enter the public domain? There are 4 ways. Copyright has expired is one way. Copyright doesn't last forever. It expires at some point. This worldwide map shows the term length of copyright. In most countries, the term expires 50 years after the death of the author. Another way for a work to enter the public domain is if it never was entitled to copyright protection. Certain categories fall outside the scope of copyright. Examples include facts, ideas, official text of a legislative, administrative, and of a legal nature. In some countries, it could include works created by government employees. A third way for a work to enter the public domain is if the creator dedicates the work before copyright expires. Creative Commons has a legal tool called CC0 that helps authors put their work into a worldwide public domain. A work that carries this designation has no rights reserved and is free of copyright restrictions. If a copyright holder fails to acquire or maintain their copyright, it can enter the public domain. Today, in most countries, there are no formal requirements to acquire or renew copyright protection over a work. This is not always the case, however, and many works have entered the public domain over the years because a creator failed to adhere to the formalities. Built into copyright are exceptions and limitations. They are important because they balance the interest of the creator with the interest of society at large. Fair use and fair dealing are two examples. They are designed to safeguard the rights of the public. We're not overly restricted by copyright. Not all countries recognize legal exceptions and limitations to copyright. The scope of fair use and fair dealings vary with each country.